Hey yo, where to start? Okay, easy. Let's take it back to May 27, 2022. It was a Friday, the sun was shining. That's the day I quit my day job, my 9 to 5, my tech job, my stable life and income. All that good safeness, the place. I went to university, Western University, to get a bachelor's in computer science with a honors society, got a dean's list on the last year, none of the years before, just on my last year. All of that to say, off this, let's do the music. It's time. I quit that day with a smile on my face, and honestly, I feel like I haven't stopped smiling since, cause like life hits right when your actions and your passions align. Honestly, even the lows feel like less of burdens, and just part of the journey, because like you're doing what you want. You don't feel like you're working for someone else's vision, someone else's goal, or like you're just doing things just to survive. Like I'm doing things to feel fulfilled at this point, and it's a beautiful thing. Now see, normally you give your boss like your 2 weeks, you're like, all right, here it is, I'm gonna head out to some other job, or I'm gonna do some other stuff, but me, I kind of had this idea in my head about quitting, really built up from a long time ago, but we'll get back to that. So like a couple months before I even quit my job, or even told my boss or anyone at work that I started making these TikToks advertising it, like, yo, I'm about to quit my job in 2 months. I went on 2 tours to America, a 6-week tour, a 2-week tour, used up all my work vacation days. My boss doesn't even know about it, and that's all facts. I get back to Canada after that 2-week tour in April, May, and a couple days go by, and then like my boss calls me. He's like, yo, not even my boss, like really my boss's boss, like the guy who owns the company, like the founder. He calls me, he's like, yo, I'm not really on TikTok much, but as soon as he said that, I was like, we've been caught. But crazy thing is this guy, like, shout out my guy Matt, man, he left the company, actually the tech company I used to work for. He left that company to go found his own company, which is the company that I joined. And so then him seeing me leave to do my passions, like, it made sense to him. So it was really like one of those full circle moments I always try to talk about, because that's how I feel things are. They come around, and it's like, are you gonna take that lesson that you tried to give someone else and you're gonna apply it to yourself? Because if you're not following your own advice, then it's hard for me to really trust you. Yeah, man, like 2 months before I quit my job, I was hyping it up on TikTok, and honestly, a lot of y'all come up to me in real life telling me like, yo, you found me off TikTok. So that's a super blessing. That means to me like we're doing something right, like, and I ain't gonna stop. And so that growth and that progression is never gonna stop, I promise you that. But let's back it up a little bit to about 2020, right before the world went all wild. I was working at a different company, the same company that my boss, well, the owner, left to found his own company. And I would go to work every day. This is before the panini. I would go to work 8 to 4:30, whatever. I'd finish up, duck straight to, there's a library in Brampton, right by the Brampton City Center, that has a free studio. You could book up to 3 hours at a time. I swear I logged the most hours out of anybody going to that studio, right up until, I'll never forget the day too, March 11th, 2020 is when basically I was at a Raptors 905 game, the G League, and Pascal Siakam, Freddie VanVleet, these guys were supposed to come for alumni night. You're supposed to get a Pascal bobblehead. Man's bought bare tickets to get all the bobbleheads. I didn't get a bobblehead. Pascal and Freddie don't even show up. Good thing we at least got the dub. Otherwise, it's gonna be super bummy. Me and my boy Joe, we go to McDonald's after, as you do, and he's checking the score. He's like, bro, NBA shut down Utah Jazz, Rudy Gobert with COVID. And this is like just the day after this man's like licking mics and stuff, right after they played the Raptors. So low-key, I was like, oh, blessed, like they didn't come, we didn't get it. But anyways, like as soon as that happened, no more going to work, bros. All work from home, all that good stuff, And I was like, yo, I knew we were in for the long ride, because I was kind of paying attention to what was going on in the world. So I was like, I gotta switch my focuses, because like the studio closed down, like there's no more shows, no more networking opportunities, there's no events, no really in-person gatherings. So it's like, what are you gonna do? I was like, yo, I gotta focus online. And for me, that meant really shifting my focuses to other countries, even especially in South Asia, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, all that stuff, right? And that's why I really blew up over there. Now half my fan base is out there. So sometimes it's like a blessing in disguise, but it's more about like, can you adapt? And a lot of artists, they sunk in this time, and I felt I thrived because I was able to adapt. So that's why I say it's a blessing in disguise. And so from 2020 to 2022, the growth just kept going. And it's like, well, actually I had this plan set out from a long time ago. So one time I was at my boy's house party. They used to go to the University of Guelph when I was at Western. Shout out my guys Manraj, Emil, Mohammed. And it was late night after the parties kind of died down. I'm like doing my deep thoughts and talks, and I'm like, yo, if I don't blow up with the music by the time I turn 27, I'm gonna quit my job or whatever, and I'm gonna go hard with the music for 1 year. And if I still don't make it, like I don't make it sustainable, I don't gotta make it, I just gotta be sustainable, then I'm gonna do some other stuff that's most likely not gonna be 9 to 5, just desk job or whatever. It might not be fully the same way I'm pursuing music now, it might be in a different creative avenue, different creative light. So that's something I told myself, my friends, when I was like 21, 22, something like that. And this year, 2022, I turned 27, but I haven't turned 27 yet. And the reason I quit early is because my birthday's kind of closer to the end of summer, but I feel like summertime's maybe my season, I had to seize the day, seize the moment, and make the most of it. So I said, let me jump the the gun, quit early. So instead of quitting when I turned 27, I quit on May 27th. And you know, everything comes back around full circle. And it was like boom, 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 one event after another, one opportunity, one big moment, one like new fan coming up to me in person, one group of kids taking pictures. Like life just couldn't stop, man. I performed on Yonge and Dundas Square, one of the biggest stages in Toronto for Desi Fest. I performed at Canadian Music Week. I performed at NXNE, and then I brought it back to Brampton, downtown Brampton, performed with Ram Riddles for BVX. Went to London for London Music Week, performed for a mental health awareness event. Man, I performed at Save Max Center with Peter Cash doing my intro. They gave the man my Govey, so he read my Govey out to introduce me. That was a jokes moment. All just crazy, man. And then I did my biggest show, you know, 1 hour set, biggest crowd, like well over 1,000 people watching. Canada Day at Chinguacousy Park, opening up for Cardinal Official. And that was official to say the least, let me tell y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe for that content, because all this stuff we've been doing is going to be up here on YouTube. All the shows, the photos, the videos, the vlogs, everything's going to be put together for y'all. So make sure you subscribe, follow for all that good, you know? You know, people always hear my music, they see me on the socials, they come to my shows, and they always tell me, yo, that I bring that energy. I bring that energy, fam, and that's really what I'm trying to strive to do, you know? My biggest goal with this music is not just to become famous and have money in that, it's to motivate and inspire people, to get people to live the best life that they can, you know? To be the best them they can be, to do good for the world. I try to do that with my actions and my thoughts and my words and my music, and I hope that relates to everybody that watches and listens to me, you know? Like, look, I know gangster rapper, dog. I grew up on gangster rap and all that, and I can see that I ain't no gangster rapper. I'm from the burbs. I lived a pretty, you know, not to say like nothing crazy ever happened in my life, not to say I never went through hardships, but like relatively, I never swayed down that path, because, you know, I thought about these things, and I saw a better light for me, my family, my people. That's why I say I ain't no gangster rapper. I ain't no gangster, man. I ain't trying to flex on you with all this money and bags and cars and clothes and look how many girls I got and how many people is in my DMs and all this cool stuff, you know? Like, that's just not me, man. All I'm trying to do is, you know, help the kids have some food, you know, help people not be sick physically and mentally, help people be the best them they can be. That's really my goal, and if I do that, then I succeeded. All that other stuff is flash, you know, and that flash is just an accessory to the picture. But if the picture ain't clear, then any way you frame it, it's not gonna sit right. Remember that. My name's Spitty. I'm a rapper, lyricist, songwriter, thinker, philanthropist, communityist, but above all, I'm a human person, just like you, just like all of us. Another person on this small planet we call Earth, but every person is something, you know, is somebody. I've been making music for 10 years, and still this feels like it's just the beginning. You could follow along for the ride or don't. Either way, it's gonna happen. I promise you that. Let's go.